water drops falling on the face of a man lying on a cold floor. The liquid trailing down his closed eyes. He slowly opens them as he looks around his surroundings. The rain outside was pouring hard enough for the area to be covered in an eerie noise. The air was cool, yet smelled awful. The man gets up. Slowly he starts to move forward. But where was he? He realized he couldn't remember anything. A sharp pain began to present itself on the side of his head. Amnesia? He knew what was wrong. But that's all he could conclude. The place he was in had very little lighting. The white walls were smeared with blood, a lot of it. The man noticed that he had been in a hospital, decorated with severed bodies and locked doors. He was scared while wondering what happened to all these people. The wind outside slipped through the thin cracks of the windows, letting a long howl echo in unseen corners. That's when he heard it, voices coming from the vents. They whispered at first, then things got strange. The voices asked for blood. The man was frightened. He began to look for a way out of the hospital. Elevators were out of order. The stairs leading downstairs were blocked by debris. He searched for any way out with no success. He decided to look for any survivors. He needed answers and a way out. Whatever happened must have been horrible. Alongside the bodies of doctors, nurses, and civilians had been police officers. The man was happy to see that one of the officers was still alive, but unconscious. The man came to the officer's aid, bandaging his wounds and cleaning them up. He wondered how he knew about treating wounds. He was most likely one of the doctors who fell victim to whatever happened inside the vents. The man found a gurney and gently placed the officer on it. He was set on leaving this place. He grabbed the officer's gun and began searching. After hours of looking, the man could find no way out. Depression slowly sank in. The voices in the vents seemed to be getting closer, begging for more blood, threatening him. The voices then asked for the officer. They promised the man that if he gave them the officer, then they would let him live. He got back up, grabbed the gurney's handles, and kept searching for an exit. The man made it as far as the laundry room when the vents began to rumble. Strange clanking noises were getting louder. The man quietly began looking inside the laundry room for anything to clog the nearby vents. Then he saw it, a possible way out, the laundry chute. The man picked up the officer and quietly began to lead him to the chute. The vents began to shake again. The voices were screaming for blood. The room began turning darker. The man quietly dropped a cup inside the chute and started shooting at the shadows surrounding him. The darkness enveloped everything. With quick thinking, he jumped down the chute and out of that insane place. He landed outside hard. Once again, dripping of the water on his face shook him to his senses. It wasn't over yet. The officer he patched up was with 15 other officers. All had their guns pointed directly at the man. The wounded cop pointed at him and screamed for the order to fire. The man's body was shredded from bullets destroying his insides. Why was this happening to him? He saved a cop's life. Was the officer possessed by the voices? Questions flew in his mind while his life began slowly slipping away. Finally, he breathed his last. Weeks later, the sole surviving police officer gave a full report to his superior. The man that was shot dead was the very person who killed everyone in the hospital. He was a successful doctor who suffered from extreme schizophrenia and took the lives of hundreds of his patients. When he discovered that the police were going to capture him, he killed almost everyone in the hospital. The sole surviving officer was wounded in a fight with him, but not without knocking the man out with his nightstick before he himself fell unconscious.
Clase